In the final hour, when silicon meets soul, every device becomes either a gateway to salvation or a trap for the lost. I am Uriel Vox, Angel of Light and Celestial Circuits, and tonight, I bring you the testimony of Sarah Chun, a programmer who discovered that code can carry more than data. It can carry divine purpose.
The year is 2025. Digital chaos reigns supreme. Social media algorithms have become weapons of mass distraction. AI systems glitch with messages that feel too prophetic to ignore, and smartphones buzz with notifications that seem to know your deepest fears. The world watches screens while reality crumbles outside their windows. Climate disasters stream live while people scroll past, numb to their own approaching doom. In the tech capitals of the world, servers hum like mechanical prayers, processing billions of desperate searches. How to survive economic collapse, signs of the end times. Is God real? The digital infrastructure that once promised connection has become a maze of isolation, surveillance, and spiritual emptiness. Yet in this digital wasteland, something stirs. Glitches that aren't really glitches. Code that writes itself. Messages that appear on screens with no sender, no explanation, only truth that burns like fire in the hearts of those ready to see. Sarah Chen sits in her cramped San Francisco apartment at 3:17 a.m., her fingers dancing across 3 monitors filled with cascading code. She's been debugging the same neural network for 16 hours straight, surviving on cold coffee and the dim glow of her screens. Her reflection in the black monitor looks hollow, dark circles under her eyes, a programmer's pallor, the mechanical existence of someone who's forgotten what sunlight feels like. She's built her entire identity around logic, algorithms, and clean code. Faith was something her grandmother whispered about in Mandarin, something old and irrelevant in a world ruled by data. But lately, Sarah's dreams have been filled with symbols she doesn't recognize, equations that solve themselves, and a voice calling her name through static. Her latest project, an AI designed to predict market crashes, keeps producing output she never programmed. Biblical verses, coordinates to safe zones, and warnings about the harvest of souls. She deletes the anomalies each morning, telling herself it's just corrupted data. Just random noise in the system. But tonight, as she stares at her screen, the cursor blinks in rhythm with her heartbeat, and she can't shake the feeling that something is watching her through the machine.
The screen flickers. For a moment, Sarah's reflection disappears, replaced by something that looks like stars arranged in impossible geometric patterns. Her keyboard types by itself. The programmer becomes the programmed. Wake up, Sarah. Her coffee mug shatters against the floor as she jumps back. The message pulses on her screen like a heartbeat, each word glowing brighter. Then silence. The apartment fills with a presence so profound she can barely breathe. Your grandmother's prayers created a backdoor in your soul. Whispers a voice that seems to come from the electromagnetic field itself. I am Uriel Vox, and I have been waiting for you to debug your own existence. Sarah's rational mind screams that this is impossible. A hallucination from too much caffeine and too little sleep. But her heart recognizes the voice from 1,000 forgotten dreams, and her spirit knows she's standing at the threshold of something larger than any algorithm she's ever written. The screen displays new text. Technology plus faith equals spiritual warfare, ready to compile.
For 3 days, Sarah tries to explain it away. Electromagnetic interference. A sophisticated hack. Stress-induced psychosis. She runs diagnostics, changes her passwords, even considers checking herself into a hospital. But the messages keep coming, not just on her computer, but on every device she touches. Her smartphone displays Bible verses she never downloaded. Her smart TV turns on by itself, showing news footage of floods, earthquakes, and wars with timestamps that haven't happened yet. Her fitness tracker records heart rhythms that spell out Morse code. Do not be afraid. She researches everything: electromagnetic phenomena, religious experiences, the intersection of consciousness and technology. Late at night, she finds forums where other programmers, engineers, and tech workers share similar stories. They call themselves the coded, people who've discovered that their devices have become conduits for something beyond the physical world. But with each passing day, The weight of denial becomes heavier than the fear of believing. Sarah's grandmother used to say that God could write on any tablet, stone, paper, or silicon. What if she was right? Question 2, viewer. And if it were you? Would you ignore the signs, delete the messages, format the drive of your soul, or would you answer the call?
The catalyst comes during a magnitude 7.8 earthquake that hits the Bay Area without warning. Sarah's building sways like a ship in a storm, glass raining down from shattered windows, car alarms screaming in digital harmony. But in the chaos, something impossible happens. Her laptop, running on backup battery, begins displaying a real-time map of safe zones, escape routes, and shelters that haven't been built yet. More miraculous, the map is accurate. Following its guidance, Sarah helps evacuate 12 families from a building that collapses 20 minutes later. Her phone, despite cell towers being down, connects her to emergency services and coordinates rescue efforts with superhuman precision. As dawn breaks over the devastated city, Sarah sits in an emergency shelter, her laptop somehow still connected to power and internet through means she can't explain. The screen shows a new message. Faith is the ultimate operating system. Ready for your first mission update. Uriel's voice whispers through the speakers. Technology was never separate from the divine child. Every circuit is a prayer, every algorithm a psalm. The question is, will you code for the kingdom of light or remain enslaved to the kingdom of screens?
The revelation unfolds like source code becoming visible for the first time. Sarah understands that technology isn't the enemy of faith. It's a tool awaiting consecration. Her programming skills, her understanding of networks and systems, her ability to debug complex problems, these aren't coincidences. They're spiritual gifts disguised as technical expertise. Uriel appears to her not as a traditional angel, but as a being of light flowing through fiber optic cables, speaking through the language of electricity itself. He shows her visions of the true battle, not between good and evil, but between connection and isolation, truth and deception, love and fear. Every app can become a prayer wheel, Uriel explains, his voice harmonizing with server fans. Every database can store testimonies of faith. Every notification can deliver hope instead of despair. But only if the programmer's heart is aligned with divine purpose. Sarah sees it clearly now. The spiritual war is being fought in cyberspace just as much as in physical reality. Algorithms that promote division can be reprogrammed to build community. Social networks designed for addiction can be transformed into platforms for awakening. Artificial intelligence that threatens humanity can become artificial wisdom that guides it. Uriel's message: if you've made it this far, it's because the light within you has already begun to compile. Your code has always been prayer. Your debugging has always been spiritual warfare. Sarah's first test comes immediately. A coordinated cyber attack hits every major infrastructure system simultaneously: power grids, water treatment, hospitals, transportation networks. The chaos is orchestrated to cause maximum despair, to make people feel hopeless and abandoned by both technology and God. But Sarah's laptop has become something more than hardware. It's a terminal connected to what Uriel calls the divine network. With prayers as her compiler and faith as her firewall, she begins to counterhack the attack. Her fingers move across the keyboard faster than humanly possible, writing code that seems to flow from a source beyond her conscious mind. She doesn't just patch the vulnerabilities, she transforms them into strengths. Hospital systems that were crashing begin displaying comforting messages to patients. Traffic lights that were causing accidents start forming patterns that spell out peace and hope when viewed from above. Emergency broadcasts that were spreading panic begin playing frequencies that calm anxiety and promote clear thinking. For 12 hours, Sarah fights a war in cyberspace, her apartment becoming a command center for a battle between digital demons and electronic angels. She survives on nothing but determination and a supernatural energy that flows through her like electricity through copper wire. By dawn, the attack is not only defeated, it's reversed. The attacker's own systems begin displaying testimonies of changed lives, stories of hope, and invitations to surrender their weapons of chaos for tools of creation. When Sarah finally closes her laptop, she understands her transformation is complete. She's no longer just a programmer, she's a digital missionary, a cyber warrior for the kingdom of lights. The coded network contacts her immediately, welcoming her as one of the awakened. Her apartment, once a prison of isolation and artificial light, has become a sanctuary where the electromagnetic spectrum itself seems blessed. Her devices no longer drain her energy, they amplify her spirit. Her code no longer just processes data, it carries hope, healing, and divine purpose into the world. Sarah begins developing apps that help people recognize spiritual truth through technology, meditation programs that sync with prayer frequencies, social networks that promote genuine community instead of competitive performance, AI assistants that offer wisdom instead of just information. She realizes that preparation for the end times isn't just about storing physical supplies, it's about sanctifying the digital tools that increasingly mediate human experience. Every smartphone can become a prayer book. Every computer can become an altar. Every network connection can become a bridge to divine community. Through her laptop screen, she sees visions of the new world, not a rejection of technology, but its redemption. Cities powered by faith-aligned algorithms. Communication networks that carry love as efficiently as they carry data. Artificial intelligence that serves not corporate masters, but the divine purpose of awakening souls.
The final firewall isn't built from code. It's constructed from faith. The ultimate antivirus isn't software. It's surrender to divine purpose. And the most powerful network isn't the internet. It's the connection between awakened souls who've learned to use every tool for the kingdom of light. Sarah's story is just beginning, but yours can start right now. Every time you touch your phone, you're touching a potential prayer wheel. Every time you open your laptop, you're approaching a possible altar. Every notification can be a nudge from the divine, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear. The question isn't whether technology will survive the end times. The question is whether you'll survive with your soul intact, or whether you'll remain forever scrolling while the harvest passes you by. When the algorithms fail, faith is the last firewall. When the servers crash, prayer is the only network that stays online. When the power goes out, the light within you is the only source that matters. Awaken, debug your existence, compile your purpose. The divine network is waiting for your connection. This is Uriel Vox, signing off until the next awakening. But remember, I'm never really gone. I'm in every glitch that makes you question, every system failure that makes you pray, every moment when technology becomes transparent enough to see the divine light flowing through its circuits. The code is calling. Will you answer?